number 9 ranked UFC flyweight, Alex Perez. How's life, man, on your side of the planet?
Not too bad, man. Everything's closed down, but just happy to be here, man. Just happy to be chilling in a beautiful California. Could be worse.
Definitely, definitely. Now, throughout the last couple of the years, you've been really active. But in 2019, you only fought once. Was that a good year overall for you, or was there some frustration because you couldn't get in as many fights as before?
Um, I kind of after losing to Benavides, I took some time off. I got TKO'd, so I tried to make sure I was healthy and ready. I was suffering from just working on some things like personally, like for the next fight, stuff like that. So I was just want to make sure I was 100% healthy. I also had a couple injuries that I wanted to heal up, so I wasn't pushing for too many fights in 2019. I just wanted to make sure I was okay 100%.
Do you see a lot of guys coming back too early after getting TKO'd? It seems like it happens a lot nowadays.
Yeah, we're fighters. That's what we do for a living. But I feel like most fighters jump into a fight right after it. Kind of, it's not the time. For me, it was kind of like sit and wait, get healthy. I have nagging injuries. I've been doing this for a long time. I have nagging injuries, so I might as well just try to heal up as much as possible.
You're 5-1 in the UFC, 3 finishes. A lot of people feel like you should be ranked higher. You know what I mean? Past ahead of some of the guys that are in front of you. Do you feel that way?
Ah, man, to me, they're just numbers, man. It doesn't matter. Better for me, I guess. I'm ranked low. I get to fight all the guys that I should beat anyways, right? So it doesn't matter to me. Just a number in front, and eventually I'm gonna have to face them all.
Team Oyama, man, your coach Colin. He's
Yeah,
such an OG of the sport. I feel like a lot of people don't recognize that.
yeah, man. A lot of people don't know who he is. He's very quiet. He doesn't really like his social media. He's not like a big on social media, and man, he's definitely an OG. With back in the Pride days and early UFC days. So he's been around the sport a very long time, and and you can tell, by his knowledge he shares with us.
Having someone like that has been around the game since pretty much the start, how beneficial has that been for you outside of the cage?
It's been big, man. He'll tell you from UFC, whatever, when he was with Tito, and what happened in Pride, and just things like that. The crazy stories that he's been in. With the UFC when they first started, they didn't know if they're gonna have shows, and stuff like that. It's just amazing. It's just crazy to see that he's still in the sport and very relevant.
What have you gotten from him the most? In training wise.
Just the mindset. The mindset, man. He has a very like strong-willed mindset, and he definitely passes out that on to us. He's very hard on us during training, but he's after training, he's like, hey, like he's like one of the guys, So it's cool, but he definitely grinds us out, makes us a lot tougher.
With training during this pandemic, I'm pretty sure the gym was closed. Is the gym still closed, or do you guys get to actually just go in there as pros and practice?
We've been going in there as pros and just practicing. It was closed for a while, and then I was doing stuff on my own. I live right next to Louis Samoka, so we're run and pay each other up, things like that. So I mean, I stay active as much as possible.
Well, your team, it seems like Cheeto, he just fought last weekend, and then you and Luis have fights coming up. So were you guys all training together? Was Cheeto part of that?
Yeah, Cheeto trained in his garage mostly. Because we didn't know if he was gonna fight or not, and his daughter is she can get sicker a lot easier. So he was being cautious about going around people and stuff like that. But as soon as we signed the contract, I mean, he came in to train a little bit when when he could, and Luis, obviously one of my big trade party, but we have other guys in there as well. Coming in. Some guys are like, "Hey, man, screw it. I wanna, I wanna get in there and get better. Might as well better than sitting at home all day."
What are the differences for you in training camp compared to like a normal training camp, so to say?
Obviously the grappling aspect. Not getting some of the guys in. Some of the guys went home during all this stuff. just that really, man. I'm still grinding twice a day. I'm still wrestling. I mean, I'm doing ground stuff and stuff like that, but still just that. That's about it. Just not the night grind. It's usually during the morning and at night. I just bring guys in and we work on stuff. Um, Other than that, man, I've been pretty good.
Have you seen yourself getting more personal attention?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have fights coming up, especially like with our camp. We have a lot of guys out. We have guys in the UFC. We have guys out that aren't in the UFC. So right now it's basically the guys that got fights coming up. So it's very specific for us, whether it's with coach or during circuits or during training. Like my jiu-jitsu coach, everything's very, very, very specific and like one-on-one.
So you go from Kaikar France to Jussier Formiga. It's a pretty nice switch if you look at the rankings and the title picture. What are your initial thoughts of this upcoming matchup?
I think it's gonna be good, man. Jussier, very well-known vet, been around forever. An American top team. He's super good everywhere. He's good everywhere. He's good on his feet, good on the ground, good in the wrestling department. So like I'm just excited to test my skills against this guy. I know he's been around for a long time. He was one of the first flyweights signed with the UFC. Probably like I think one of the first like 10 guys signed with the UFC, and he's still around. So that's a big accomplishment. He's been around. So I'm just excited, man. It's a great fight.
With your submission skills, and of course his ground game is something that a lot of people point to. Do you see kind of a Bryce Mitchell, Charles Rosa situation going on here? Like you guys gonna be going to the ground the whole fight?
Uh, who knows, man? Like there's been times where you watch a sure fight, he stands and bangs. It just all depends on wherever the fight goes. I'm pretty sure he's a vet. He's not like, oh, we're just gonna go straight to the ground or we're gonna stay on our feet. It's gonna be like, okay, takedowns there, cool, take it. So I'm expecting a war. I'm expecting fight of the night. That's for sure.
Did you see that thing that Stephen A. Smith said? That Justin Gaethje and Tony
Yeah,
Ferguson didn't grapple because they could have caught the coronavirus.
yeah,
Did you hear that?
yeah. That guy's a clown, man. He doesn't know anything. Like he's good at his job, at the sports he covers, but he's not good for MMA. He's probably the last guy we would want covering MMA. That guy,
Definitely.
yeah. When I heard that, I was like, I'm pretty sure none of them actually went for a takedown. Just in general, I don't think they really go for takedowns. But I was like, whatever. I guess I don't know anything.
Formiga, he comes in at 4. He's on a 2-fight skid, but he's still a big name in the division. If you beat him, do you see yourself as a instant contender? I would think so, right?
Honestly, man, I'm not even worried about that.
Mhm.
There's so much going on, with all this stuff going on, like I can't fight certain guys, right? The guys from Brazil aren't going to be able to fight. Guys from all over the world aren't going to be able to fight. So beating Jussier, yeah, I beat a big name, which is great. But I don't know if it puts me in a title hunt. Who knows? If it does, great. If it doesn't, not a big deal. I just go back and win some more fights, and then eventually they're going to give me that shot. So I just got to keep winning fights. That's about it. That's all I really care about: winning and getting paid.
With a lot of the judging and the problems with judging, does the urgency to finish a fight ever play in your mind, heading into a matchup?
Uh, I mean, I'm always looking for the finish, whether it's in the first, second, third. But I'm not really worried about it, man. Like if you try to worry about that, it's kind of like in the back of your head, you never know what's gonna happen. Like I said, there's been a lot of bad calls. I thought obviously a couple fights could have gone the other way in Florida, but it is what it is. It's part. I guess it's gonna be part. I guess it's part of the sport. As bad as it sucks. It's part of the sport, man. You just gotta kind of learn to move on from it, and hopefully they get the right decision. If they don't, then man, sucks for us. We don't get our second paycheck and a L on a record. But like I said, it is what it is, and you got to move on.
What do you think is the main problem, or what do you think would be a suggestion to fix some of the judging complications?
Um, ugh. So I think the scoring is like 10. It's 10-9.
Mm.
I think if you drop the guy, like if you drop him, it should be a 10-8, like in boxing, or something. We need a 10-8 in there more. Like if you rock the guy, drop him, it should be a 10-8 round for sure. Some of these guys don't even know. Some of these commissions are all boxing guys. They don't know what they're looking for. And I think open score, like they do it in Glory. I feel like if I'm getting screwed over, I would rather know going into the third round. So hey man, I gotta finish this guy, or yeah, I really think open scoring is probably one of the better things because you really can't fix the people. I mean, you can try to fix the people, but who knows if you're ever gonna find the right judges. But open scoring, at least if I think I'm getting screwed or if I think I'm like winning and all I'm losing, it tells me to put the gas on it and try to finish the guy. And I think it'll be more exciting fights. You two guys, it's 1-1, and you both know it. Who wants it more? Or if it's you're down 2 rounds, one guy's gonna come after you, the other guy, who knows what he's gonna do? He might try to run for the whole 5 minutes, whatever it is. But I think open scoring is the best way to go.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see that. That would be a great addition to everybody's entertainment. Even in the audience. Now just announced again was the rematch for the vacant flyweight title versus Joey Benavidez and Davison Figueiredo. What do you think about that move? Do you think like, man, that fight, we don't need a rematch. We need some other guys fighting for the title.
Yeah, I feel like Moreno and Pantoja should be fine for the title. Benavidez lost, got knocked out, and then Davison lost his opportunity by not making weight. So I feel like move those guys and have those guys fight on the same card underneath, and the winner gets a title shot. But UFC did it. I think Joey's gonna get knocked out again. He had no answer for his power. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not really too concerned about it. I'm not up there yet, but I'm hoping Joby wins. So when I fight him for the title, I can beat him and get in that rematch. But yeah, I don't see that fight changing at all.
You're being very modest. You are up there though. You know what I mean? You're gonna fight the number 4 guy, so you're in the race.
Yeah, I gotta beat him first, man. I haven't done anything yet, so I gotta get that win first, and then from there we can talk about all that. But like I said, right now, not even looking at myself in the picture. I'm still in the top 10, great, but I'm not close to where I want to be. But I can't be satisfied, and I can't be like, oh yeah, I'm in the title hunt. I'm not as of right now, so I'm just trying to stay focused on this next guy because he's a very tough guy.
The Glover Teixeira and Anthony Smith fight, there was some controversy about the corner throwing in the towel, right? And they didn't do that, and now they're blaming, not really blaming, but people are pointing fingers, especially the fans and people that cover the sport. What do you think about that? Like, if of course you want to go out on your seal, but would you be angry if your corner threw in the towel during a fight?
So everybody's different. We're talking about this that night it happened. Everybody's different. If Anthony Smith gave directions to Montoya and all those guys, like, hey, do not throw in the towel, no matter what happens. Okay, every fighter wants to go out on the shield. Look at Tony Ferguson, right? He said he still wanted to fight. He wanted to get knocked out. Come on, man. That's enough damage. Live to fight another day. But hey, those guys don't throw in the towel. They might get instructions from the fighter. Don't throw in the towel no matter what. I feel Anthony Smith has one punch knockout power. I mean, he still had a puncher's chance going in. I say maybe in the 4th round when he got taken down. Personally, I would have thrown in the towel. But if he tells him, hey, like, I don't throw in the towel, I want to go out there on my shield, then you gotta respect the fighter. Listen to it, especially Anthony Smith. I know he did the interview, said that if they would throw in the towel, they wouldn't be cornering him. I mean, it's one of those things kind of tough to do. I know personally, like if Coach Khan threw in the towel in my fight, obviously I'd be upset because I feel like I had more to give, but I trust his opinion and his decision to do it if it ever came down to that.
Henry Cejudo, he's the former flyweight champion. Now I guess the former bantamweight champion. Do you really believe that he is retired?
Who knows, man? He's been doing this for a long time. He's wrestled his whole life. The Olympics, MMA right after and stuff. He's accomplished probably everything you can accomplish in this sport. And in both sports, Olympic gold, 2 UFC titles. Like, why not retire on top? I think it's a power move, who knows? But if you did retire, congrats, man. They're probably one of the best careers anybody's ever had. If he didn't, it's just money, and money talks, and that's right. That's a good move for him. He should want to get paid more. He deserves to get paid more. He's beating guys. He had 2 titles. Why not get paid for what
Yeah,
you're worth?
yeah. You gotta get paid. Gotta get paid. That's number
especially
one.
especially yeah, especially in this sport, man.
Yeah. While you can, you gotta get that money. Like you see it right now with John Jones and
Yeah, yeah.
Francis. They're negotiating and they want more money, and I fully support that. They should
Oh
hold
yeah.
out.
Well, especially someone like Jones. He's coming up. He has everything to lose. He's fighting the probably the scariest puncher on the freaking planet. You know what I mean? He's willing to come up for more money, which is like, hey man, respect to you if you do it. But if they're not gonna pay you. Why do it? Makes no sense.
All right, one last thing. I was watching something on Uriah Faber, and he was talking about how he got in a fight in Indonesia, Bali, and he explained it very well. And I was wondering, do you have any street fight stories like you can actually tell during the interview? Do you have any interesting, funny stories?
No, honestly, I really never really got into trouble, man. I was always in wrestling, so I really never got into trouble. But I highly doubt Uriah got into a street fight. He doesn't seem like the type, especially after his last weekend in Jacksonville. He doesn't seem like the type. That's for sure.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Well, June 6th, you're back in action. This is your second fight of 2020, which is very odd to say because most guys are struggling to find their first fight. So you're a lucky guy. UFC 250 pay-per-view. Jussier Formiga. Thank you, Alex, so much for the time, and good luck on the fight in your future.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.